Well, what's going on, everybody? DogMan Dan here, and we are in Firefall for this one. I just got to do some quick updates with you. I got some stuff going on here in the background. This is from the Mammoth weekend, the Mammoth XP weekend that was going on. As you will see, is kind of crazy and hectic. I had some extra boosters going on. I was running 85% as much as I could to get through Mammoth, and that's what we're going to pretty much talk about inside of this video. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my Mammoth, but let's just go through this quickly. So I've got 3 frames now. I've been playing for a little over 2 years. I got 3 frames now that are finally in the tier 4 range. So I finally grinded out Bastion. Here we go, just a little look at it. He is now in tier 4, or tech stage 4, whatever you want to call it. Okay, awesome. Took forever to get there. He's not really my favorite frame. He's Zeta's favorite frame, but I enjoy it. He's good for things like no, he's good for thumping, obviously, and that's what I tend to use him more for than anything else when I need to go do some thumping sessions. Then I've got Dragonfly. Yes, I'm a Dragonfly guy. You know, a while back they did a run on Dragonfly. And so I purchased him on that weekend with my tokens that I had, and I started running him. I got through like stage 1 with him, into stage 2 with him that first time they did the XP weekend with Dragonfly. And then they did another XP weekend here a couple weeks ago with Dragonfly, and I was just in stage 3, the beginning of stage 3, and now we are in tech stage 4, and he has come into his power. Let's just say that. So I'm happy to have him at tech stage 4. He will be the next one that I fully rank up, I think, before I fully rank Bastion. I'm going to go with Dragonfly here after the Mammoth, because I like the Dragonfly. I don't know what it is. I just like the way I've got him set up. So yeah, so that's where we're at with that. So stay tuned for that, because that'll come out next. But I want to talk today about the Mammoth. Okay, so why we got this stuff going on, and as you can see, it's pretty crazy in the background. During these couple of missions that I ran for the weekend. So I started out here, as it is right here on my screen with my Mammoth. I was just at stage 4, tech stage 4, just the start of it. Only had 2 things open. So we've got, what, 5 levels to go through in tech stage 4 to get to the full final loaded out frame. There's a lot involved in doing this, so I want to just go through it here and let you guys understand what happens when you get to tech 4, and just so you understand the grind. I don't know how many people actually get up all this way. I think a lot of people pretty much just kind of stop at 3 and like, I can't go any farther. But let me know in comments as we go through the video what your favorite frame is, what your tech stage is, and all that good stuff. I'm curious to see what people think. And what people use the most. So anyway, so where we're at, so stage 4, and I'm going to go and call this level 1 here. Level 1 requires 400,000 experience per mass, power, and CPU. As shown here, as best as I can show it, hopefully you can see it. 2,500 crystite, 3,500 minerals, and 1 Mammoth Arc Node. And we will get into this Mammoth Arc Node thing. I think it's kind of insane that through tech stage 4 you have to have a Mammoth Arc Node for every single one of these level ups. But it is what it is, and I'll go through what's involved in that. Then we've got level 2. So with this, so if you take this, this is just stage 1, okay? So it's not too horrible, I guess you could say. It's not too horrible, right? To get through stage 1, okay? And you only end up needing 1,200,000 XP for it. But then we get into stage 2, Mass Tech stage 2, okay? Not too horrible again, it's just a small bump up. So now we're at 1,350,000, so we only added 150,000 experience. Crystite bumps up a little bit for each one of these tech levels. 4,000 minerals, so it goes up by 500 each there, and still 1 extra additional arc node to go through on this. So not horrible again. Then we get to level 3, which is Mass Tech 18. Okay, and now we start to see a larger jump in here. So now we went from 450,000 per to 550,000 per, which gives us 1,650,000. So an extra 300,000 XP that we need at this level. A extra 500 crystite now from level 2 to level 3. And I believe we're bumping it up here on the materials by 1,000 minerals or resources per level as well. And still one more arc node, as you can see. So we're already at 9 arc nodes for this setup. And I'll tell you all about that in a minute if you haven't really experienced those yet. Now, Mass Tech level 19. Okay. This is section 4 of Mass Tech of stage 4. Okay, so now we got a really big bump. So now we're up another 100,000 per. Okay, so that's going to give us 1,950,000 XP we've got to run through on this stage in order to be able to level up. 4,000 crystite, so another 500 crystite. So the crystite bumps up by 500 each time. Another 1,000 in minerals, so now we're at 6,000. Not minerals, in resources. So we're at 6,000 per mass, per power, per CPU in each of the different categories. So as you can see, this is where it's getting hard now. For this weekend, I got through 1, 2, and 3 and started in here on Mass Tech 4. That's what I managed to get through on the level up weekend, on the extra 50% weekend that was going on. And I was about halfway through level 4 when the event ended, so I was at like 1,200,000 or something like that. And so I had to grind out this past week. I had to grind out the last little bit of this to get to the 1,950,000 that is required to break through and finish this off in terms of XP. In terms of crystite, yeah, we'll talk about how I did that. In minerals, I have a lot of minerals. I constantly collect minerals. I've had minerals back from the beta. I mean, from all the closed beta. I just saved as many resources as always. If you go back on our early videos, we were always thumping everywhere we could, getting minerals and resources. I should say resources, not just minerals, because each one has its own requirement. But yeah, we were going through the different stuff and always thumping. It was a big thing in the beginning to thump all the time. And now I'm through stage 4 and I'm working on stage 5 or level 5 of Tech stage 4. It's confusing how you say it. So now we are looking at 1,150,000 experience per level. That's a huge jump up from the 650,000. So now we have more or less doubled what we had. Actually, we've done more than... No, we about doubled it. So now we're at 3,450,000 XP I've got to get through in XP alone just to be able to do Mass Tech 20 or Stage 5 of this this frame. And that's where I'm at. That's what I'm trying to work on. But as you can see, we've also got a huge jump in crystite. So now we're up another 2,000. Wait, let me think. From the last one, we're up another 3,500 in crystite per level. Okay, so now we gotta have a lot more crystite. And we bump up the minerals. We double the minerals to 12,000 per level up in here for mass, power, and CPU. And then finally, we're at 4 Mammoth Arc nodes. Okay, so in the first 4 stages, we've created a Mammoth Arc node for every single one of these level ups. Okay, that's 12 Mammoth Arc nodes. So now, it's the last and final section, section 5 here, of the tech stage. To finalize the frame, you've got to create 4 Arc nodes per mass, per power, and per CPU. Now, this is kind of insane, and I'm not really sure that this is right. I mean, every single Mammoth Arc, every single Arc node, or actually every single upgrade will require a specific resource, 2,500 of a specific resource per frame, and you'll know which frame requires certain things. And in this case, Mammoth requires silicate. So, per Arc node, I need 2,500 silicate, 1 weapon grade crystite, 1 classified engineer, and 5,000 crystite to make a Mammoth arc node. Okay, so that's I mean that's pretty crazy, right? So you'd be talking about, now I've got to come up with, just to get through this last level, okay, I've got to come up with 30,000 silicate, okay. I need 12 weapon grade crystites, and they are at 45 merit points each. So that means I need to make 540 merit points. That's not hard to do, running around doing Ares missions and the taking over the towers back, taking the towers back, and all that stuff. Then I also need to do to get 12 classified engineers. They're easy. They're only 120 merit points, so that's not too bad. Then you're talking crystite as well. Okay, so now you get crystite. You've got to come up with another 60,000 in crystite just to build these things. Okay. And it's not horrible if you have the salvager mod, if you're running the add-ons, and you've got the salvager mod up and running. You can just go in and take a lot of these weapons and gear that you get from running the Ares missions and the tower retakes and all that stuff, and you can salvage most of that and get a lot of crystite back. And at the same time, you can also get research points, so you can research your weapons and stuff inside of the garage, so that way eventually you can just craft your own weapons. So what I'm doing is I'm generally taking anything for me that's been below 125 to 130 when I pick it up, and I immediately just go back and I salvage it, and it's been working out pretty well. But I've had to buy silicate on the market because it's hard as hell to sometimes farm for some of this stuff and try to find the specifics. And of course that, you know, the market is all messed up in itself. But I've had some, you kind of have to sit around and calculate. Don't always just say, hey, I need, you know, I want to make 3 of these, I need 7,500 silicate. Let me just go find the guy that's selling 10,000 silicate, spend the 40,000 crystite, and I'm good. Because that's not how you want to do it. You want to work the market. So you look at what you've got from your blending. Let's say you've got 2,000 from your blending, so now you only need 5,500 more. Okay, so you just go into the market. You find somebody that's, say, maybe selling for 5,000 silicate. And I'm just taking this in terms here. Somebody's selling for 5,000 silicate, and you know the average cost on it is 2.5, you know, crystite per silicate or something like that. And that's better than the next guy that's selling it for 7 crystite per silicate. So you buy that 5,000. Now you only need 500 more. Just go and find somebody that's selling it for 500 in there cheap. Get your 500, then go into the printer, blend it all together in one, because it doesn't matter what the level of resource is for creating the Battleframe progression modules. You craft it, you take your now you got 7,500, then you go back in and you do it. So hopefully you understand how I did that. So you got to work the market. It's pretty saturated and it's pretty ugly sometimes, but you just got to look around. Have a calculator with you even. I mean, come on, why not, right? Have a calculator, look around, get the numbers, figure out what your best deal is combining. You know, you may just do 2 2,500s to get 5,000 if that's what you need. It all depends upon what you need from what you've gathered and what's left in between to be able to do it. So do it that way. Don't just go out and spend, hey, I got 40,000, let me just go buy this 10,000, because you just screwed yourself if that thing is, you know, 6 times 10,000 or whatever it is. But so yeah, I like to ramble a lot, guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're at least enjoying the stuff going on in the background while we talk about it. So I am concentrating heavily on Mammoth. I am going to get through Mammoth. I'm going to get this 3,450,000 experience. I'm going to get all the resources and everything I need to get through this frame. And then after that, I'm going to go over to Dragonfly. So, yeah, I just wanted to update everybody, show you where I'm at. And then I'm just going to throw this on the screen here. This is currently what I'm running. I had to swap some stuff out. My Thunderdome, my Tremors, Imminent Threat, Mammoth Plating, Accord, Servos, and Jump Jets are all at 500 rank. The other stuff I've had to swap around a little bit. They all have repair pulls on them, but through the ranking and trying to do the calculations and stuff, I've had to up and down on different things to get it right. So I'm eventually going to get everything to the 500 plus. But yeah, so tell me what you think. You run Mammoth. What do you do? How do you play? How do you like it? All that good jazz, or whatever frame you like the most. I'm curious what frame you guys like the most. Tell me about it, what your rank is, and all that good stuff. But for now, I'll just leave you here. Appreciate you watching as always. Thank you very much. Please do leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's much appreciated. Just take a look at the stuff on my channel. I do a lot of different games. Pretty much focus on a few, but do a lot of different stuff. And as I said, comment if you feel like commenting, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.